Hi, this is King of Review. In this problem, we're asked to find matrix A times this matrix here, and we're given these equations here. We're also told that A is a square matrix of order 2. So let's set up our equations here. So if A is a square matrix of order 2, let's name the entries. Let's name them A, B, C, and D. So let's set up our first equation here. Matrix A, which we are calling the entries A, B, C, and D. And this is multiplied by this matrix to give the matrix with the entries 2 and 1. That's our first equation here. Now let's set up our second equation here. Matrix A, it has the entries A, B, C, and D, and it's multiplied by this matrix, 2, -3, and it's equal to the matrix that has 4 and 3 for the entries. So let's start with our first equation, and we're going to try to find what some of these variables are, A, B, C, or D. We'll start by multiplying here. Now the product of two matrices is defined as long as the number of columns in the first matrix is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So this first matrix, this is a 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows and 2 columns. And the second matrix here is a 2 by 1 because it has 2 rows and 1 column. So we're trying to look at these numbers here, and if they're equal, which they are, we are indeed allowed to multiply. And the dimensions of the product will be these outer numbers, a 2 by 1. So we're expecting a product matrix with the dimensions 2 by 1. So let's set up the math for this product. When we multiply matrices, we're going to multiply corresponding entries in the first row of the first matrix times the entries in the first column of the second matrix, and then add these products together. So let's set up the math for this product. Again, we know it's going to be a 2 by 1 matrix. So we have A times 1 plus B times 0. I got that as A times 1 plus B times 0. And the next entry is going to be put together with the same fashion as the first. So we have C times 1 plus D times 0. And this is equal to this matrix. Now let's simplify our product. A times 1 plus B times 0, that's just A. And C times 1 plus D times 0, that's just C. And this equals this matrix here. So both of these matrices here, these are both 2 by 1s. Because they have the same dimensions and they're set equal to one another, we know that the corresponding entries are equal. So we know that A equals 2 and C equals 1. So we know 2 of our 4 variables so far. Now let's look at our second equation here. Let's multiply this out. We're going to multiply it in the same fashion. So we have A times 2 plus B times -3. And our second entry is C times 2 plus D times -3. And this is equal to this matrix. And when we simplify, we're going to get 2A minus 3B and 2C minus 3D and this is equal to this matrix. Again, both of these are 2x1 matrices. Therefore, the corresponding entries are equal. So we have 2a minus 3b equals 4, and 2c minus 3d equals 3. Now we know what a and c are. So we have 2 times 2 minus 3b equals 4. This is 4 minus 3b equals 4. And solving for b, we get b equals 0. So now we know what b is. And over here, we're going to plug in a 1 for c because we solved for c over here. So 2 times 1 minus 3d equals 3. This gives us 2 minus 3d equals 3. And solving for d, we get d is equal to negative 1/3. Now we know all 4 variables that are in this matrix A. So what is this? Matrix A is 2, 0, 1, and negative 1/3. We now know what the entries are for matrix A. What did the problem ask for? We're supposed to find this. Matrix A times this matrix. So matrix A, 2, 0, 1, negative 1/3, times this matrix, 2 and 3. Again, we must check the dimensions to see if multiplication is allowed. This is a 2x2, and this is a 2x1. Because these numbers are the same, we can go ahead and multiply, and the dimensions of the product will be these outer numbers here. The product is going to be a 2x1. So let's set up the multiplication here. The first entry is going to be 2 times 2 plus 0 times 3. So that we got that by multiplying 2 times 2 plus 0 times 3. And the next entry is 1 times 2 plus negative 1/3 times 3. So the math has been set up for these entries. Now let's simplify. 2 times 2 plus 0 times 3, this gives us a 4. And 1 times 2 plus negative 1/3 times 3, this is 1. So our final answer here is this matrix here, which is letter C. Thanks for watching.